Hello everyone and welcome back to the Dinar Daily channel. We're here today to discuss a moment that many of you have been anticipating. A topic that's fueled years of discussion, hope, and at times a good deal of doubt. For a long time, holders of currencies like the Iraqi dinar, Vietnamese dong, and even the Zimbabwean dollar have navigated a complex world of rumors and speculation. We've all seen the online forums and conference calls filled with endless updates, trying to decipher what's real from what's just noise. But a new chapter is beginning, and the conversation is shifting from theory to a tangible reality. What was once considered a distant dream or a speculative longshot has now transformed into a confirmed, documented event that is set to unfold. This is no longer a whisper in a chat group or recycled information designed to generate excitement. We're talking about a significant development that completely changes the narrative for those who have been following this story. The years of waiting appear to be over, and the next steps are now in the hands of the individual currency holders. The significance of this cannot be overstated. We have confirmed reports of official exchange centers that have been prepared and secured across the United States. This means an opportunity is emerging, and the way you approach it will be a pivotal moment for your personal financial future. When we say this is a major turning point, we're not using hyperbole. We're simply stating the facts as they are. For countless people who have shown immense patience and, in some cases, impatience as they've waited on the sidelines, checking for updates and wondering if this day would ever come, this is the culmination of years of emotional ups and downs. Imagine the journey of holding on to currencies that many people questioned, doubted, or even made fun of. Think of the times you may have been told it was a waste of time, or when you had a moment of self-doubt and considered giving up. Yet, through all of that, you held on, perhaps due to a deep conviction or a simple belief that your persistence would one day be rewarded. According to the information, that day has finally arrived, and the process is beginning to unfold. Tomorrow morning, at precisely 9 a.m. Eastern Time, the first official exchange centers are scheduled to open their doors across the United States. These facilities, which have been specifically authorized and designed for this process, are intended to serve as a bridge between the past and what's next. They are not simply a branch of a regular bank or a temporary pop-up office. They're specialized financial centers with the singular purpose of making this long-awaited exchange a reality. The atmosphere leading up to this moment is historic, because tomorrow is no longer a hypothetical concept. It's an appointment with destiny for many. Over the years, many people have heard countless claims that it's happening tomorrow, or it's right around the corner, only to wake up the next morning and find that nothing had changed. This constant cycle of false alarms has left many people feeling disheartened, skeptical, and even bitter about the entire process. It's for that reason that it's crucial to emphasize with absolute clarity that this time is different. The events scheduled for tomorrow are not based on whispers, conjecture, or anonymous insider speculation. This is a documented and confirmed rollout, supported by operational logistics that have been put into place quietly and methodically over several months. These exchange centers have reportedly been prepared, staffed, secured, and equipped with specialized technology designed to handle the unique process of currency verification and redemption. These facilities were not set up on a whim or as part of a trial run. They are the result of deliberate planning and coordination between various financial institutions, security agencies, and treasury systems. When you walk into one of these centers, you will be stepping into a structured, legitimate environment designed to not only give you the opportunity to exchange your currency, but also to provide the confidence that the process is real, secure, and officially sanctioned. It's important to set aside the years of speculation and recognize the seriousness of what is about to take place. Tomorrow is not a rumor. For those involved, tomorrow is their reality. If they show up prepared, it could mark a significant turning point in their financial lives. The phrase everyone has been waiting to hear has now been stated with certainty. The rollout is confirmed. There's no more maybe, we think, or possibly next week. The facts as they are known are clear. More than 120 exchange centers across the United States are confirmed to open tomorrow. This means that whether you live in a major city or are within a reasonable distance of a private financial institution participating in this program, a destination has been prepared for you. The scale of this rollout is what makes it so compelling, as it demonstrates not just an intent to act but the actual execution of a plan. Launching more than 100 centers at once requires significant financial backing, strategic planning, and meticulous oversight. These are not small, under-the-radar operations. They are legitimate, specialized facilities that have been carefully located and equipped to handle the expected influx of individuals arriving with currencies in hand. By distributing these centers across the country, the rollout aims to ensure accessibility, fairness, and order, which should help reduce the likelihood of bottlenecks, long waits, or regional limitations. Each center is reportedly prepared to handle the volume, provide verification services, and offer consultations to ensure the process flows smoothly for every participant. This level of preparation is what separates this event from many of the promises of the past. When we say confirmed rollout, it's important to understand that this is not a test phrase. It's the green light that indicates everything is ready, and the opportunity that many have been waiting for is unfolding as scheduled. Perhaps one of the most important things to know about these exchange centers is that they are not like ordinary bank branches, where you might go to deposit a check or withdraw cash. These facilities have a very different purpose, and as such, they come with a different level of infrastructure and security. First and foremost, they are said to be equipped with advanced verification technology that goes far beyond what a traditional bank might employ. Every note you present will be authenticated instantly, which eliminates any question of its legitimacy. Additionally, biometric scanners are reportedly in place to ensure that only the rightful holders of appointments can access the services, which helps protect both the individual and the institution from fraud or security risks. These centers are connected directly to treasury-backed systems, which means that once your currency is verified, the transaction process is intended to flow seamlessly into official financial networks, ensuring both speed and accuracy. For privacy and peace of mind, private consultation rooms have also been set up, allowing you to discuss the details of your exchange and finalize transactions without interruption or exposure. These features together demonstrate that the operation was not assembled hastily but with a careful focus on security, legitimacy, and professionalism. This is why tomorrow's opening is so important. It's the beginning of a new chapter that will be carried out in facilities that match the significance of the event. When it comes to preparing for an upcoming redemption, one of the most important steps is to understand exactly how the scheduling process is supposed to work. Banks such as Wells Fargo, Chase, and Bank of America are expected to launch online portals, designed specifically for currency holders who wish to move forward with redemption. These portals will allow you to create a verified account and provide the necessary details. You must prove that you are in possession of the currency you wish to redeem and then select a redemption center that is closest to your physical location. Unlike a casual visit to a bank branch, this process is entirely based on appointments, and walk-ins will not be accepted under any circumstances. It's best to think of this as booking a professional meeting that requires strict verification before you arrive. The logic behind this is to maintain security, minimize chaos, and prevent unauthorized individuals from attempting to access centers that are intended only for verified holders. By using the online platform, you will be able to see available time slots, choose one that fits your schedule, and lock it in by receiving a digital confirmation. Without this confirmation, you will not be permitted access to any redemption center. This is why the first step, properly securing your appointment, is absolutely critical. Just like airport security checks before you board a flight, redemption centers are expected to have very clear, non-negotiable entry requirements designed to ensure a smooth process. The first and most essential requirement is the appointment confirmation itself, which will typically be delivered in the form of a QR code generated when you successfully schedule your session through the bank's online system. Without this QR code, you will not be permitted to enter the secure area, regardless of whether you have the right currency in hand. Secondly, you must present a valid government-issued identification document, such as a driver's license or passport. The reason behind this is to ensure that the person redeeming the currency matches the person who scheduled the appointment, which helps eliminate the risk of fraud or third-party substitutions. Thirdly, the physical currency notes themselves must be in a clean and machine-readable condition. Torn, badly soiled, or otherwise damaged notes may be rejected by automated scanning systems, and bringing them could potentially delay or invalidate your redemption. The strictness of these requirements may sound intimidating, but they are in place to make the process fair, fast, and professional. Much like at an airport where no ticket or ID means no boarding, here the rule is no appointment, no ID, no clean currency, no entry. For many currency holders, one of the biggest questions is about the rates. Current expectations suggest that the Iraqi dinar, IQD, may fall into a redemption window ranging between approximately $4.12 and $7.45 per note, while the Vietnamese dong, VND, could be exchanged at a rate between roughly $2.86 and $5.79 per note. Zimbabwean dollar, ZWL, holders may find a different arrangement altogether, as some centers are offering structured bond offers instead of a straightforward cash equivalent conversion. The reasoning behind these variable ranges is that not all currency will be redeemed at the same rate for every person. Higher-end rates are tied directly to compliance with certain agreements, most notably a non-disclosure agreement, NDA. These contracts are put in place to help keep sensitive financial details confidential and to prevent large-scale disruption to international foreign exchange markets. If you agree to sign the NDA, you may have access to the higher tier of rates. However, if you decline, you will instead be offered the standard internationally recognized Forex rates, which are typically lower. This is a one-time choice. Once you sign, the terms are binding and final, and there will be no room for renegotiation, re-exchange, or second chances. Therefore, the decision must be made with careful consideration, keeping in mind both the short-term benefits and the long-term responsibilities. Tied to confidentiality, every exchange is expected to be conducted in full compliance with federal and international financial regulations. The redemption process will not resemble a casual currency exchange at a travel kiosk. All transactions will be carried out exclusively through secure electronic transfers, and no physical cash will be provided on site. This is a measure to ensure that large sums of money do not circulate outside of the banking system, which helps prevent potential risks such as theft, fraud, or money laundering. These measures are aligned with anti-money laundering, AML, laws, tax regulations, and fraud prevention protocols that govern how large transfers of value are handled in the modern banking world. Participants should also be aware that they may be asked to demonstrate the legitimate origin of their currency holdings. For example, you might need to provide receipts, records of purchase from authorized dealers, or other documentation proving legal acquisition. This requirement is said to be non-negotiable, and those unable to prove lawful ownership may face disqualification or even legal scrutiny. Compliance is not just a matter of bureaucracy. It is a safeguard against criminal misuse of the system and ensures that honest holders receive their redemption smoothly. Understanding this framework will help you prepare thoroughly, which can help you avoid last-minute complications that could prevent you from completing your exchange when preparing for your appointment at one of the designated redemption centers. The most important step is to ensure you arrive fully organized and equipped with every item required for a smooth and efficient process. First and foremost, a valid government-issued ID, such as a driver's license, passport, or state-issued identification card, is non-negotiable. This is to verify your identity, ensure compliance with banking and regulatory laws, and help prevent fraudulent exchanges. In addition to your ID, you must bring the appointment confirmation, which will typically come in the form of a QR code generated through the official booking portal. This QR code functions as your boarding pass for the process. Without it, you will not be granted entry. Currency holders are also strongly advised to prepare a clear and detailed list of their holdings in advance, itemizing exactly how many notes of each denomination they plan to exchange. For example, rather than simply bringing a bundle of Iraqi dinar, you should prepare a written or printed record showing how many 25,000 IQD notes, 10,000 IQD notes, or 500,000 VND notes you intend to redeem. If you are part of a private group or a pre-approved program, it's recommended to bring all supporting documentation confirming your enrollment and eligibility. The centers are expected to have strict policies in place. No guests, children, or unauthorized persons may accompany you. For security reasons, phones and electronic devices may be collected at check-in and returned after your session. Arriving properly prepared will save time, avoid frustration, and most importantly, demonstrate your professionalism. Once you are checked in and seated with your assigned representative, the real process is set to begin. The appointment will not simply be a currency handover followed by a deposit. Instead, it is said to be a structured sequence of steps designed to ensure legality, security, and clarity for both parties involved. Among the first actions you will be asked to take is the signing of key documents. These include non-disclosure agreements, which are designed to prevent the disclosure of sensitive details such as rates, terms, and institutional arrangements to the public. Signing an NDA is a legally binding action, and breaking its terms could result in significant penalties. It's crucial that you understand exactly what you are agreeing to before you put pen to paper. In addition, you may be presented with tax disclosure forms which outline your obligations to report and comply with federal and state tax laws regarding newly acquired wealth. Financial institutions may also require you to sign account setup documents, enabling the creation of structured accounts where your redeemed funds will be deposited. This is not a time to rush or gloss over details. You should read carefully, ask clarifying questions, and ensure you fully understand every clause. Once these documents are finalized, you are legally bound by their terms, and there will be no opportunity to renegotiate later. This phase of the process demands focus, composure, and patience. Remember, your diligence at this stage will set the foundation for how effectively you manage your new financial future. The completion of the redemption process does not mark the end of the journey. In many ways, it marks the beginning. After your currency is verified and exchanged, your funds will be deposited into a structured account under your name. From this moment forward, the responsibility shifts to you to protect, manage, and wisely grow your new wealth. One of the most immediate priorities should be the establishment of legal and financial protections. Many experts recommend setting up a trust, LLC, or a private foundation to shield your assets, manage taxes more efficiently, and establish generational structures for wealth transfer. Once legal protections are in place, your next step should be consulting with licensed financial and tax advisors, who can tailor strategies to your specific goals. Investment planning should lean towards stability and sustainability, such as real estate with steady cash flow, municipal bonds, dividend-paying stocks, or other proven savings instruments. It is also essential to prepare for IRS reporting requirements. Depending on the structure of your redemption, you may need to file forms, such as the 1099, and failing to do so could result in penalties or audits. Wealth protection is not a one-time action but an ongoing process that begins immediately after redemption. Decisions made in the first few weeks will set the trajectory for years to come. So, it's important to focus on prudence, discipline, and a long-term vision rather than impulsive spending or risky ventures. While this process may feel deeply personal, transforming your own financial position, it's important to recognize that the broader context extends far beyond individual redeemers. The launch of redemption centers is part of a wider realignment in the global financial landscape. Iraq, for example, has been working steadily to strengthen the role of the dinar in its international oil trade. A more valuable dinar could shift regional power dynamics and reduce reliance on foreign currencies for energy transactions. Vietnam, on the other hand, has been pushing aggressively into digital trade, manufacturing, and global partnerships. A strengthened Vietnamese dong could accelerate its integration into international commerce, particularly in Asia's rapidly growing digital economy. Zimbabwe presents a different but equally significant case. Having endured one of the most severe periods of hyperinflation in history, its new structured financial instruments aim to rebuild trust, stabilize the economy, and restore the credibility of its monetary system. When viewed together, these currency events suggest that what is unfolding is not merely a localized financial exchange, but part of a broader reset in the way nations position themselves in global trade. By participating in this moment, currency holders are not just improving their personal financial standing, they are also playing a small but meaningful role in a historic transformation of international finance. The hours leading up to your appointment are critical. To ensure you are fully prepared, you must approach the process with precision and discipline. It is suggested that you confirm your appointment online and verify that your registration has been accepted. Print or securely save your QR code and all necessary documents in a physical folder. Do not rely solely on your phone, as electronic devices may be restricted or collected at the centers. You should carefully organize your currency notes by denomination, placing them in labeled envelopes or containers to avoid delays and confusion during verification. Set a clear target rate in your mind while also preparing a backup plan in case the rates differ slightly from expectations. It is equally important to manage your mindset. You should remain calm, patient, and professional throughout the process. Exchange staff are trained to handle large transactions, and they will likely respond positively to participants who conduct themselves respectfully and efficiently. Arriving early, double-checking your documents, and demonstrating courtesy will all work in your favor. Remember, history has shown that those who are part of the first wave of redeemers often secure the most favorable terms, so every detail counts. Do not let disorganization, nerves, or oversight rob you of an opportunity that has been years in the making. The systems are reportedly live, the infrastructure is prepared, and the banks are said to be ready. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, your financial journey takes a dramatic turn. This is more than just an appointment. It is the culmination of years of patience, research, and perseverance. It's the moment when speculation gives way to reality, when planning meets opportunity, and when the promise of generational change becomes tangible. Yet, with such opportunity comes responsibility. You should enter this process with clarity, composure, and the awareness that every choice you make will shape your financial trajectory for years to come. Stay sharp, read every line, ask every question, and protect your interest with unwavering focus. Stay safe, follow security protocols, respect the process, and trust in the systems designed to safeguard your assets. Most of all, stay prepared. Because tomorrow, when those exchange center doors open, the future you have been waiting for finally begins. This is not just another day. This is the first day of a financial transformation for those ready to seize it.